Thank you for having me. How many of us still remember how easy it was to go through custom and border in the early days? It's hard to fathom, I know. Before 9/11, arriving at the airport just minutes before a flight was not an issue. People were still able to keep their shoes and coat on as they went through a simple metal detector, and virtually anyone could go right to the gate without a boarding pass or even showing an ID. This presentation will help you gain a deeper understanding of why the long waiting period at the airport and why it's very important to be at the airport 2 hours before any flight. On September 11, 2001, 19 Al-Qaeda affiliated terrorists hijacked 4 commercial jetliners. 15 of them were citizens of Saudi Arabia, 2 were from the United Arab Emirates, one was from Egypt, and 1 was from Lebanon. They exploited lax airport security measures, strolling through 4 airport security checkpoints with ease, with deadly weapons used to command those airplanes and used as jet-filled missiles into the Twin Tower of the World Trade Center, which took nearly 3,000 lives. My name is Ovbiye Gareth Christian. I am a third-year bachelor student at SSBM Geneva. My roots are from Nigeria and I was born and raised here. I travel a lot and I have also experienced custom and border control on my journey to Switzerland. It was an easy task for them, says Jeff Price, who was Assistant Security Director at Denver International Airport on September 11, 2001, and is now an aviation security expert at Metropolitan State University of Denver. Yet Price says airport security at that time was carried out by private contractors, usually hired by the airlines. With few federal standards, those security contracts usually went to the lowest bidder. It was designed to be something in the background that really was not that noticeable and definitely did not interfere with the aircraft or airport operation. Passengers could go through the security checkpoints, no questions was asked, and no ID was needed. And all that was forever changed on Tuesday, September 11, 2001. Overall, the topic of 9/11 is very sensitive and emotional as families could still be going through the pain when having flashback. Now, for travelers not to miss their flight, they are asked to be at the airport 2 hours before the flight, due to the long waiting time which could occur at the checkpoint. With the new traveling laws, travelers are asked to take off their shoes, empty their pockets, and take out any form of liquid, laptops, and other device from their bags. Bags are then put in 3D image X-ray machines to scan the entire bags for any hidden drugs or objects. The federal government is ready and willing to work to enhance defense to present any threat that could occur. It is advisable that travelers should enroll in a trusted travel program to receive pre-checked information. This program provides information needed for their destination country. This helps travelers to go through custom and border control faster and more smoothly. This program mostly offer information that could be related to declaration of duty-free allowance, such as over $10,000 or any equivalent goods, for example, alcohol, tobacco, food, plants, animal products, and commercial goods. This could be done verbally or using electric system or paper form. Scrutiny could also be carried out at the airport, and this program helps with risk management, security, and verification of documents. Document is essential when traveling. Travelers may be asked to present receipt of any kind, permit, or passport. 9/11 affected practically all of us who are still alive. Nearly 3,000 lives were lost that day. 15 years after the event, those who are the surviving family members of 9/11 victims still suffer from that event, and the pain still does not fade away. Research has been conducted by Voice of September 11, examining the long-term needs of victims' families. They partnered with scientists at the Center for the Study of Traumatic Stress, Uniformed Service University, and the Canadian Resource Center for Victims of Crimes. This study was funded by Public Safety Canada CANISCA Project Contribution Program. Their goal was to better understand the mental health condition that still exists in the population over the decade after the 9/11 attacks. Findings indicate that 15 years post 9/11, 66% of many among the 454 bereaved adult family members who participated in the study were healthy with no mental health condition. The remaining one-third of the sample included two groups of individuals with a high probability of meeting screening criteria for depression, grief, anxiety, in other words, high PTSD. In today's recaps, travelers should make sure they enroll in a trusted travel program to receive pre-checked information before traveling. The program mostly offers information that could be related to the declaration of duty-free allowance, scrutiny, and documentation of essential receipts or permits. At this point, is there any question? If so, kindly direct all questions to my email.